I could do it. If the Morbius movie can make it, then I for sure can get something to the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you power. That's kind of one way I choose to look at it. Man, if this is kind of the crap people are putting in and somebody's saying yes to it, somebody's giving these ideas, I have a chance.
Welcome everybody to the Daily Cup of Genre here on the Genreverse Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcasts from, and of course the Genreverse Podcast channel on YouTube. I'm Kyle Malone. That's Manny Gomez. Social media information down below. And yeah, we're not running with sponsors today. So
weird.
Yeah. We are renegotiating things with sponsors and stuff. So if you have interest in sponsoring, write Michael, Michael at lrmonline.com. And yeah, Manny, I have Sony news to talk about today.
Oh wow, that's different. Yeah, because not a lot of box office news this weekend because not
much
at going on. So yeah, give it to me.
Well, we'll start with the box office just because it's Monday and there wasn't, like you said, a whole lot to write home about. Bullet Train bringing in a whole 13.4. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, that was a Netflix movie or something, wasn't it?
No,
it was just straight theater.
That's straight theater.
Okay, well, it came out last week, if I'm not mistaken, or was it this weekend? Because it doesn't have an N on it. No. Yep, last week. It came out last week. So last week it made 30 million, and this week it made 13 to remain the number one movie. DC League of Super Pets stayed number 2, and then Top Gun went from number 6 up to number 3.
Yeah, Nope crossed over 100 million, so that's nice.
Yeah, Nope did cross over 100.
And yeah, I just and then there's Minions still right there.
Yeah, it's up there. What a like, just, I mean, it's the last weekend before a lot of the country went back to school. Some of it's the first weekend after going back to school. So summer is coming to an end.
Yep.
But damn, man, when your number one movie for the weekend doesn't even bring in 20 million, that's rough, man.
Hell, I didn't even go to the movies this weekend, and we're kind of bummed because we did want to see a couple of movies.
Bullet Train being one of them. You go just to go.
Yeah, well, that's our second home.
Yeah, I miss when I could. I miss when I could do. I miss when there was enough movies that I wanted to see that I could go to because I used to go for comedies. I used to go for drama, horror, not just action or some blockbuster film. It's almost hard to remember a day before the franchises. I mean, yeah, you could go back to the late 90s and think of like the first Matrix, but then we got more. Like it's hard to think about some big blockbuster that's not a franchise. The things that pop into mind are things like Titanic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyways, Sony, what have you heard about Sony's Madam Web movie there, Manny, out of curiosity?
I saw a few things about casting and things going on, but to be honest, I've seen so much of it that I just kind of dismiss it because I don't really think much of the movie already. So
no one really does. So for those of you that don't know, Madam Web is set to come out, what is it, next year? Like mid next year? I don't remember. I'll try to find that before I'm done talking about it. But we knew that Dakota Johnson would be. Jesus, cat! You're done, baby. Sorry about that. She just straight up knocked the microphone all over the place. We knew she was going to be in the movie starring, and we a lot of people were curious as to which version of Madam Web she would be playing. A lot of people bringing up that there's an elderly version that's blind and hooked up to like life support machines and things like that. And then there's a younger version that becomes blind when she does take that mantle of Madam Web. Well, we now have some more clarification, if you will. All right. We are getting word that Sydney Sweeney is playing Julia Carpenter. And that kind of means that Dakota John and Julia Carpenter's the younger one in this picture on Facebook on YouTube that you are watching. If you're watching us there, this is the Julia version, and then up here is God, what was the older version's name? I can't remember now off the top of my head. But anyways, she's gonna be in it playing Julia Carpenter. But will she be Madam Web Carpenter or Spider-Woman Julia Carpenter? Because she's been both. We have Celeste O'Connor, who is playing a character by the name of Maddie Franklin, possibly the daughter of Mike Epps' character. And this is all coming to us via TCC. And Direct also has a big part on this as well. They talk about Adam Scott playing a young Ben Parker. Yep, we'll get to that. And potentially that Emma Roberts will be playing Peter Parker's mother, Mary Parker. And because she's playing someone pregnant, there's a lot of people that think that this movie's setup is Peter must be born, and the MacGuffin will be unborn Peter Parker. So we're going to potentially get the young Ben Parker. We're going to get potentially young Mary Parker, a very, very, very young Peter Parker of sorts. And dude, I mean, holy shit. Is this a messy looking cast and feeling movie? And all of this comes on top of news that we got a month or two ago about the Kraven movie having a Kraven the Hunter who's not really who's I think the way they word it was big on animal rights. And there are hunters, big game hunters that are some of the biggest contributors to conservation. And there are specific times and places and ways that even big game hunting is actually good for that particular species or other species in that ecosystem. But again, that's all very nuanced and things that you have to go and look up because media loves to spin things the way they do. And that can even include me because I fucking, freaking hate Sony. But man, this is messy. What do you make of all this? The cast won, all these young people, none of which are handicapped, which I have already argued why you can't necessarily have a blind and disabled person playing a big action role. There's an article up for that. I'll try to put it in the description box. But Manny, I've been talking. Go.
I don't know, man. I'm not the right person to talk about Sony's mishaps and their universe because I'm a supporter of DC, and over there they at least say, you know what, this is a bad idea, and they just won't put something out, period. While Sony's like, whatever, Morbius, man,
put it back out again.
Like, it's trending, so obviously people love it. Let's put it out again. So it's interesting to see the different approaches, mindsets, strategies that these companies have to approaching superheroes and franchises like this that are so beloved by people, and then seeing how you wonder how these people get their jobs and how they keep their jobs. Because I mean, I to this day I don't understand a lot of what Sony thinks is going to be good and where they're getting their information as to what people want to see. I mean, I have to give it up to Marvel Studios, for example, they're casting their own Reed Richards, but they did everybody the fan service of casting John Krasinski, at least for.
I won't give him anything for that. I didn't want that.
A lot of people did. You're just one person, Kyle.
I know, so, but you can't always.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they did it. It was only a few minutes, but you know, there's some satisfaction there.
Expectations now.
No, there's not expectation now, and then I mean, even to a certain degree, I'll give it to the previous regime of DC for gaslighting the Snyderverse fans with that cut. If anything, I enjoyed the fact that I got to see Darkseid for a few minutes. I got to see the real kind of the real vision, which was like, you know what, but then again, Whedon's version, like the bar so low that you can't really do much wrong and make it worse. No. But that was nice to see, at least what it was supposed to be, and things like that. Sony, on the other hand, is just like, we're gonna keep pumping things out just for the sake of putting things out there, and I just wonder where in their mind do they think that the majority of these projects are gonna be successful.
Look, I said this back in 18 when Venom started doing really well overseas and did better than expectations here in the States. I told people this would embolden Sony. I warned you that Sony would start thinking that they could actually do. You look at words that was it Rothman, Fox, Vincicera, some of those guys. Rothman was Fox, not Sony. Anyways, I think Vincicera and Fox are two of the ones at Sony that were, hey, we can do what Marvel does. We've read Kevin's playbook. We know how to do this too. It's not just the Marvel show that gave you Homecoming and Far From Home, and I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, you can look those up. But then I'll also remind everybody that Amy Pascal said in a book or an interview for a book that she was so angry when Kevin Feige told her that Amazing 3 would fail and that they should just, work with Marvel. And in that, she says that, yeah, we were giving you guys crap. We were not giving you our best. We weren't paying attention, yada, 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 yada. She said she actually threw like a sandwich after Feige left the room. Dude, this is your guys' fault for supporting Venom simply because it was better than expected, but it still wasn't good.
Yeah, the issue is though, Venom is such a popular character. It's one of those that people are going to want to watch anyway.
Exactly.
Very difficult.
And now look, Morbius, look at Madam Web, look at what Kraven the Hunter's got going on. Like, it's infuriating.
Yeah, it is, because it's just crap quality stuff, and you want to see a better product, because animated series have been able to capture the characters very well. Comic books, of course, or where they come from, I've been able to capture them well, and unfortunately, I don't get it. It's just mind-boggling how you can spend that much money on projects like this, and supposedly what people want to see, and then that's what you get.
Who is giving them these ideas? Who are they bouncing these ideas off of, Manny? I mean, think about it, Manny. We're gonna get cat, Jesus, a baby Peter Parker as a MacGuffin, like an unborn Peter Parker as a MacGuffin. Like, what in the hell, dude? Like, it's insanity to me that someone in Sony is someone's got to read these scripts. Yeah. Right? Someone. Yeah. And whoever's reading them is the wrong person. You're fired.
No, they haven't. They apparently got a raise, so.
No, I'm saying they should be. I'm now in charge of Sony, and they're fired.
Jeez.
What do you think about the go cat? What do you think about the potential storyline connecting some dots of a Peter must be born? We must. I mean, they're John Connoring it, dude. It's And then who's gonna be the Terminator for this? You know, Peter must be born. What do you think about that potential story?
Here's the thing. I don't care because none of it's gonna make sense anyway. Nothing's gonna connect. And this is all one of those cases where through some weird vignette or cameo at the end, they're gonna try to connect everything, and it's just gonna be just as confusing and messy as it was at the end of Morbius. And like in the greater scheme, no one cares because the legit timelines and multiverses belong in the MCU, and so this is just them playing in the sandbox in a corner, you know, with their own toys,
muddying the waters.
Yeah, so that's all it is. And I'll be honest, Madam Web will do probably just as bad as
Morbius.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's potential. I just, it reminds me of the time that Sony, it was leaked out that Sony wanted to do an Aunt May spy movie.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were even going to have what's her name from the Amazing movies play her, you know, older self telling stories or something. I think that was a rumor. I might be talking out of my ass on that, but I vaguely remember that. They're horrible idea people there, man. They're like the opposite of Lucas, who was a brilliant idea guy and just sucked at writing. Yeah, I said it. That's okay. At that Kyle Malone on Twitter. I love what Star Wars gave us, but anytime George had the majority of control, it was dumb. And but at least he had a good idea that he could hand off to other people, Empire and Return of the Jedi specifically, that, you know, they could be good. Sony is just shitting all over what is potentially good ideas from the comic books. Like, I don't get it. There's a clear pattern of failure for Sony and Spider-Man, to where you look at Spider-Man 3, you look at Amazing 1 and 2, you even look at the actual, like, you know, reviews and relative not profitability, but money made in theaters alone, just, you know, raw dollars in theaters alone. And you still see that it's work with Marvel, make more money, go at it more solo or completely solo and do a Sony idea. And it's stupid. Venom was stupid. Venom 2 was even more stupid. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Venom 2 was awful, yeah.
What do you guys see in it? Is it really just like the fact that you're not getting anything better, so you're settling? Like, don't settle. Like, and instead don't go see the movie and make sure they understand that they sucked at it and shouldn't try anything like that again. Anyways, we've been crapping all over Sony for a minute. You want to potentially crap on Disney's Marvel, like Marvel MCU Prime, because we could do that.
I guess so.
Daredevil and She-Hulk.
It's funny because like
what?
DC will like self-deprecate, especially like on Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie where they were making fun of like movies, and they were like
all the movies?
They were like Pennywise the
stuff.
movie, and they were like Batmobile the
Pennyworth,
movie,
yeah.
And then Pennyworth. I got
Pennywise,
dude, it's
movies.
spooky season, man. So
yes, it's getting there, indeed.
Spirit Halloween stores are open, which means it is officially spooky season.
No, ours haven't opened yet.
Yeah, we got ours in Fresno, and they got a movie coming out in this year. So, based off of kids getting stuck in the store, which, you know, whatever, it's cool. Yeah. Anyway, point is, but then they follow up and actually make those shows. Pennyworth is a show that's going on its third season, and now I think sometime either this month or next month, Batmobiles get its own show. It's a kids. It's a like a toddler show, of course,
where the vehicles are all
yes, but
living.
But they follow up on it. I mean, hell, what was their tagline in their trailer that was so amazing? If Aquaman could get a movie. So you know, but at least they have fun with it. I don't know if you've seen the clip or the episode where they're trying to get into, I think it's Joker's lair, and they need like a face recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And they go and so Cyborg takes on, I think, the face of Jack Nicholson's Joker, and he's like, oh hey boss, and the clown on the other side is like, oh hey boss, like how you doing? And then Beast Boy, he's like, oh, you know, that sounds fun, let me try, and he puts on Heath Ledger's face.
Oh wow.
And then the clown boss, oh I'm sorry boss, and then he's like, don't worry, why so serious? And they're laughing, right? And then here comes Robin, dressed as Jared Leto's Joker, onto the monitor, and the clown goes, hey, this is an imposter, it's not the real Joker. Dude, I lost it for a second, because even they recognized how bad that character was.
Teen Titans Go is great. I really enjoyed that. I haven't watched it much since we got rid of cable, and now my son doesn't care for the show, but yeah,
it's fun.
I do appreciate that. So when it does come to Daredevil though, and She-Hulk, I had we've been afraid of MCU Daredevil for a bit, because we want mature, violent Daredevil. Let's be honest, that's part of what made the Netflix show special, was their attempt to adapt kind of the Marvel Knights, Marvel Max style imprint. And they did a really good job, but we heard earlier this year that, you know, they were looking at making Daredevil PG 13ish, TV 14ish, and now the head writer of She-Hulk says definitely expect a lighter, more friendly neighborhood Daredevil. I don't know, man. How you feeling about this? Let me read off the quote. They said, Charlie is so wonderful. He's so game to do whatever, even though he's actually on record saying that they need to keep the tone. But hey, money talks. And he's such a wonderful actor and a wonderful human being. What was so fun about bringing him and Daredevil into our world is that people have already seen a Daredevil who is very dramatic, a little bit on the heavy side, very dark, brooding, and it was so fun to be able to do. And we do this with every character cameo from the MCU, is we take them from the environment that you know them from, which is a much more dramatic and action-oriented role, much more on the serious side, and then and we bring them into our world, and they get to play in the tone of She-Hulk, and they get to explore, and we get to see a lighter side of that character. Mm-hmm. So we all know what, you know, She-Hulk is. My only fear, I'm not against that. I'm just connecting that with the previous comments of, hey, you know, we are looking at making it a little bit more MCU-ish versus Netflix-ish. Is this the you know, water temp check? Like, is this where they dip our toes into the lighter side of Daredevil before Reborn or Born Again hits, and it's all TV 14?
No, here's the thing, and I've seen 4 episodes of She-Hulk, which tonight, if you're following me on Twitter, I'll give you, or Instagram, I'll give you my reactions, because the embargo lifts tonight. It has to be a lighter tone of Matt Murdock in the show. Yes. So there's that.
Not arguing that.
Part of me believes that regardless of what Matt Murdock they give us, there's going to be most people who are just going to be happy to see him on screen. And this is to
Settlers.
say, no, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. that you know, whatever Marvel puts out, this is I can't wait for this is the best series so far. This is the best version so far. Everything that the new content they put out is the best that they've put out so far. Which is absolutely not true for Phase 4 so far.
Not true at all.
And so I think that you don't really have a choice of a lighter Matt Murdock for the MCU because it wouldn't fit regardless. I do know that they are taking a little bit more chances and a little bit more risk with some of these characters and introducing a lot more adult themes. Hell, I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder had quite a few mentions of orgies right there in the middle. So there's that. And so I do think that there is room for I don't think they'll sabotage themselves by making Matt Murdock too light. Maybe they'll dial it up just a little bit darker than what they're used to, what they're usually comfortable with. But I mean, we've had things like Captain America: Winter Soldier that has amazing fight scenes also, and amazing choreography. Shang-Chi has had these things too. I think there's ways around it to tone it down, but also at the same time, I do agree that we have seen a lot of the grit, a lot of the violence and everything in the Netflix series. And me, for example, I wanted to see him a little bit more in the goddamn courtroom. I wanted to see some of those moments during the shows. I know there wasn't time for it, but whatever. I wanted to see his kind of quote unquote superpowers in the courtroom, where he's defending someone, where he's talking someone down. Instead, all we got was a very anxious Foggy trying to figure out where he was. Trying to figure out where he was. So I'm excited for him to get this opportunity and continue on his role, which is great because you never think something like that would happen. So it's nice to see that we're gonna get to see him, especially with She-Hulk, because she's also a lawyer, like everyone knows, and it just fits, and it's a great place to insert him. It makes sense.
Yeah, I guess another reason why I got so concerned, and again, I'm not saying that it's inappropriate for him to be lighter in this show because it's She-Hulk, and if you've read comics or read the wiki about the comics, you'll know that this is fitting in tone. But I have to go back and look at what they did with Fisk for Hawkeye, and that was bad. Yeah, that was awful, dude. That was cringeworthy. It was horrifying. I
agree.
And again, it's like, is this just is this to dip our toes in it? Hey guys, this is your new Daredevil. Get used to it. We're kind of giving it to you sugar coated in this series. I just look. Moon Knight had some actual gore, some dark moments. You're gonna have to push an envelope with Blade. You've had some like you said, a more adult theme, so we but you still don't get the amount of human on human violence that you got in the Netflix shows anywhere in the MCU. Like, even the worst beatdowns usually come from superpowered people that have extra endurance. You don't see someone's head being smashed in by a car door, and whenever they can trick the censors by slaughtering thousands of sentient Thanos army Chitauri or robots, you can't do much human on human, and that's what made Daredevil so engaging. Is it felt tangible. It was dealing with people with superpowers and stuff, but not like Avengers level, and it was a lot of street level, and it just I don't have a lot of hope for Born Again. I have some hope. There's always a little. I just don't have a lot, man. I'm not feeling Marvel anymore. I feel like they're doing what Star Wars has done under Disney, which is all of a sudden, hey, make everything for 12-year-olds and younger. No all ages, no most 12-year-olds and older. Nope, straight up. Let's 12 and below. And I don't think that's one necessary, and two, it kind of sucks because then the only thing I'm left able to do is watch anime.
This is boring, so whatever.
Oh man.
No, it's true. It does seem like at this point they're just giving you McDonald's quality stuff, instead of kind of some of the earlier movies. Then again, I mean, I never liked the Captain America First Avenger, Thor Dark World. Iron Man 3 is probably the worst movie of all of them.
I don't watch that one very much at all.
I thought while Age of Ultron has very important moments in it, for the MCU, and even in Phase 4 with WandaVision, I still despise what Disney did to Ultron. Hell, I despise what Disney in general does to villains, which is make them either one-offs and not very important, or create them into nerf versions of them to then become popular with fans and not really villains, you know. So that's a problem also. So is it perfect? No, nothing is, but it is the most cohesive superhero universe we have. At least it's delivered some magnificent moments throughout the years, but yeah, it seems like they really kind of have put their foot off the gas a little bit as far as quality. I do believe that it's not the same quality as we've had before, but we got a whole couple of years of movies coming out. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of very good ones going forward, and
hopefully.
And I can't talk about She-Hulk yet, but that's
coming up,
is trending up. So
yeah, and when it comes to She-Hulk, besides following Manny on his social media, the Marvel Multiverse Mayhem podcast will definitely be covering that here on the channel. So look forward to Nick and I discussing that every week. Yeah, man, I guess that's about it for today. I'm spent being angry at Sony as usual, and now I'm cautiously upset with Marvel because of, just like I said, it's just the history of what they've been doing recently, and Fisk, and you're kind of like concerned about how such a great show will end up, that being Daredevil. So
I'll be honest, I'm okay with Marvel right now. I think I'm glad that they have, we finally got that plan that we were waiting for. I'm not settling. I'm just there's optimism there because we have plans. We have, when we're getting the Fantastic Four, we have the next Avengers films, and yeah, we had to go through Miss Marvel, which it was what it was, but I just I think that we're moving, we're going somewhere, and the next series has me fairly excited, and I just wish they treated, if the rumors are true, treated the vision. We'll see what happens. At least I know what we're getting. At least it's not DC, where they're trying to figure out if one of their biggest stars are going to jail.
Are they even going to release anything?
Yeah, it's so I gotta give them that at least. And so they're giving Matt Murdock a chance with Charlie Cox. We're probably gonna get Luke Cage back and Iron Fist in a was it Avengers for Hire, or
Heroes for Hire?
Thank you. It's a little too early for me still. So
a lot of people would love that.
I know
that one could technically be a little bit lighter as far as in the we'll
yeah.
But I don't know. We'll
what
see.
I'm saying is they they're doing at least a good job at listening to what some of the people want, and I think that it's nice for a change. Yeah, they're trying to squeeze every penny out of it, but it's something.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Everyone,
All
head
right,
over
so like
Oh.
right before we wrap it up, there is
Sure.
something I gotta tell you. There's a reason why I'm wearing my Jurassic Park gear today. So Jurassic Park, not Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is literally one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time, which is why it's also one of my favorite franchises. Why? Because Kyle, dinosaurs. That's why. If you don't like dinosaurs, get out of my life, seriously.
Love dinosaurs.
So Jurassic World Dominion came out in theaters a little bit earlier this year, and now it's ready to make its way to your house on something that Kyle loves, physical media.
Woo!
So Jurassic World Dominion will be releasing tomorrow on 4K Blu-ray and digital, and thanks to our friends over at Universal, I have a non-physical copy to give you, a digital code for a giveaway that I will be posting on Twitter a little bit later today. It's probably going to be something as very simply as following and retweeting, and then we'll pick somebody either tomorrow when it releases, and then that way you and your family can enjoy Jurassic World Dominion in your own home via Movies Anywhere, and that's it. Yeah.
For those not watching us on YouTube, where can they find you at on Twitter and Instagram, Manny?
You can find me at Manny Gomez Media on Twitter, and you can find me at riddlethis_510 on Instagram.
There you guys go. You can find all of our stories and podcasts available on lrmonline.com. Look, holy crap, there we are. Written articles, reviews, news stuff like leaks, rumors, just straight up casting news, numbers, all of that good stuff goes up on the website every day. Our podcasts are available wherever you get your podcasts from. We are going through some growing pains as we change distributors. So you might see some of our feed not feeding the podcast everywhere, but if you go over to SoundCloud, you'll see all of the podcasts, even the ones that aren't necessarily getting pushed out to Apple or SoundCloud or Spotify at this moment. But do follow us. We'll have that worked out as quickly as possible. And of course, on the YouTube channel, all of the podcasts go up there. Marvel Multiverse Mayhem, the Cantina, which does Star Wars news and reviews, Anime-Versal Reviews, AVR Squared, Genre Shot Trailer Reactions, Daily COG, Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast. Those last two, we cover everything in geek and entertainment, pop culture. So yeah, check it all out. Subscribe. Thanks to all 373 subscribers so far. We really, really do appreciate it. I'm at that Common on Twitter, and we'll talk to you next time.